Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today I want to talk about my first impressions of Call of Duty World War II. There are so many things to talk about, so many different little things that I'll probably put them in separate videos to their own so that I can talk about them more in depth, but this is just going to be kind of a ranty, standalone video. I'm going to be bold here. And I'm going to say that this Call of Duty is probably the best Call of Duty since Call of Duty Ghosts. If you've been here a while, if you know my thoughts on Call of Duty, that is a huge, huge praise of this game. The two biggest things that I love about this game, at least in terms of Call of Duty consistency, it's the sound design and the map design, which I'll talk about later, but let's talk about the little things right now. The obvious thing, it's kind of been a rocky launch at start here. Hopefully things are going to be fixed, servers are going to be up and running a little bit better, and we won't have to worry about that too much. So I'm not going to speak too much about that. I have been disconnecting from games. Headquarters have been weird ever since I prestiged. Yes, I've already prestiged, but I'm getting the welcome to headquarters tasks and I can't equip any daily challenges. It's really weird. Hopefully it'll get fixed. But talking about the actual game, I love it. First of all, I love the war game mode. The war game mode is so great. I love how KD is not affected. I love how objective based it is. There's nothing more fun than everybody on your team and everybody on the opposite team just trying so hard to win the game, play the objective. It's so fun. I love every single one of these maps. I love Operation Breakout. I love Operation Neptune, and I love Operation Griffin. It is so great. I hope we get more war maps. I hope we get more in-depth war maps. I hope war is a game mode that at least Sledgehammer continues to support and have in their games. It's a beautiful game mode, and I absolutely love it. It's great for challenges. It's great for win-loss. I guess not win-loss, but it's good for getting your challenges done on weapons. Everybody knows these sniper rifles, but even some of the worst weapons, like some of the SMGs, some of the ARs that aren't very good, since it doesn't affect your KD, you can go in there and you can get your challenges done for these weapons. I already have a gold, yes, I already have a gold gun, you may have seen, a gold Lee Enfield, simply because I love using that in the war game mode. Which transitions pretty well into the weapon balance. Now, a lot of the weapons are really good, and I don't think the weapon balance is necessarily bad, I just think it's bad. And by that I mean, I don't find one weapon to be super overpowered. A lot of people are going to say the FG42, maybe the BAR, really strong, PPSH even, but in my hands, from my experience, I've been able to use a different, at least a decent amount of variety of weapons in this game and still have them be viable. Shotguns, half of them are okay, half of them are need a lot of work. Basically, there's not that one overpowered weapon. There's not going to be, at least from my experience, a BAL or an ASM-1. But I have noticed a lot of weapons that are simply bad. The M1941 is the worst of the SMGs and the assault rifles put together. That last SVT, that last assault rifle you get with the infantry division, is utter garbage. It's like the M1 Garand, but with more recoil and a slower fire rate. It doesn't make any sense why it's in the game in the first place. The sawed-off shotgun and the double-barrel shotgun, they aren't consistent one-hit kills. Yes, they have the potential to be one-hit kills, but it's super inconsistent. I don't know why they're not balanced appropriately. And I've had trouble, and I don't know, I'll make a separate video on this, but I've had trouble with SMGs getting loads of hit markers. The WAF 28 was always a hit marker machine in my hands, but especially so here in the final release. I don't know if they nerfed them since the betas, or what's going on. I've heard a lot about the hit detection and netcode, so hopefully once that fixes itself, once the servers get up and running, we can get a better accurate representation of the weapon balance in terms of the SMGs. What I will say about the SMGs though is that individually towards another SMG, they are appropriately balanced. Like the Grease Gun, the PPSH, the Type 100, the MP40, they're all balanced within their category. I just feel like they're all a little weak. I feel like they're all taking one extra bullet to kill than they should, and especially at a medium range as well. But I have to say, the fact that they are World War II weapons, the fact that they are real weapons that existed, it gives them sort of I don't know, some sort of emotion, some sort of nostalgia that we have for him, that what weapon you're using was an actual weapon. You can look up videos, you can look up weapons. They're real and it's cool and it's interesting. And I like that so much more than like the NV4 from Infinite Warfare or the K-Bar or the Type 2, because those are futuristic. Yes, they might be cool, but they're not real. And the Kar 98K is amazing. My favorite sniper, without a doubt. I love it. Moving on to the footsteps and sound design. If you watched my live stream last Friday, then you will know that at first I couldn't hear footsteps, but I think that's just because I was commentating, I was live streaming, and I wasn't really paying attention. Also, I was getting used to the sound design and listening for what exactly a footstep sounded like. Now that I've unlocked the Mountain Division one time, I've gotten Dead Silence, I know what footsteps sound like. I think, again, they're so perfectly balanced. I think they're just loud enough, but not too loud that you can hear people coming from a mile away. If you've got gunfire going off, you're not going to hear them. But if you aren't shooting, then you're probably going to be able to hear it. It's the perfect balance. And Dead Silence is, for all intents and purposes, from what I've been able to tell, is dead silent. What I'm not sure is, I think the actual perk you unlock from prestiging your Mountain Division, that little perk you get that's quieter movement, I don't think that is dead silent, which is an interesting balancing factor that I'm not sure if I like or dislike yet, but it's there. Which leads us to the divisions. Now, the divisions aren't as bad as I thought. There are perks that do things that divisions do, like taking you off the radar, like giving you quieter movement, like the Stalker perk is a perk now, which is really, really nice. So if you don't want to run a certain division, you can run a certain perk and still have that balancing factor, which is really cool. The issue that I think me and everyone else is going to start to feel really hard is that there are just flat out certain perks, basic trainings, that people simply aren't going to use because you can only pick one. There's a perk that lets you not have your red name pop up, as well as when you kill an enemy, you don't have that skull pop up over their head. Nobody's going to use that. Nobody will ever use that in their right mind, because why use that over Sleight of Hand or Scavenger or Hardline or Stalker or Dead Silence even? I think allowing us to equip more than 1, 2, maybe 3 basic trainings would completely alleviate this system and be great. Also, why in the world is having a rocket launcher a perk? It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense. But overall, it's not a horrible system, it's just kind of limiting. Complete change of pace here, talking about supply drops, the headquarters, and social score, all that. I think it's really, really well implemented. You get a supply drop every 5 levels, I believe it is. That's at least what I've been noticing. You might get an advanced supply drop, I think, as well. I'm not entirely sure at some levels, but I think they're I wish they were more consistent. I wish you had a specific way of knowing when you earned one. That random thing at the end of the match is kind of fun. I wish it told you how to get supply drops more. I wish challenges gave you more supply drops, you know, and I think the overall supply drop system at launch currently is good, because they did, I think, the Modern Warfare Remastered route with the collections, and you open up crates, you can have depot credits. I don't know what exactly they're called, salvage or something, depot credits, to where you can unlock certain things and certain weapons that you want, and that look pretty cool as well. Overall, cosmetic only, definitely the way to go here. And headquarters is incredibly, incredibly fun. I love the firing range. I love the little secrets it has. I love the secret jump spots you can get to with the secret hidden balls. I love the score streak testing. I love the 1v1 pit. I think it's super great. I wish there was more customizable stuff in the 1v1 pit, as well as the score streak pit. I wish you were actually in a map with the score streak so you can kind of do some testing and stuff. It's kind of just against bots, which is not really, it's very limiting. It's not really useful, in my opinion. You get to see what it's like, but that's about it. But overall, the headquarters is a really, really fun place to be. I love commending other players and kind of being around other players. It's a really nice place to be, and it's absolutely gorgeous too. Sometimes I'll just like to sit there and look at it. It's gorgeous. But I have to say, the #1 best thing about this game, surprisingly, is the map design. Now that's not necessarily the overall map layout. They really kind of blended the both worlds here of the Call of Duty Ghost Infinity Ward style of complexity. No, I'm not going to say complexity anymore. I'm going to say detailed, sprawling maps with interesting lines of sight and interesting pieces of cover. They've mixed that design with the Treyarch more simple 3-lane maps. These maps are 3-laned maps, but they're more detailed, they're more intricate, they're more sprawling, the lines of sight are interesting. One of my best games has been on Flak Tower, just because of how the stairs work, just because how the map is laid out itself. It's not head glitch versus head glitch. It's not window versus window. Yes, head glitches and windows are in the map, but it's not restrictive to just those engagements. You can take cover in these maps and not be in a head glitch. You can maneuver the map in such a way that shotguns are effective, as well as ARs and sniper rifles as well. Same thing goes for London Docks, which is a great map. Sainte Marie du Mont, probably the best map in the game. And I have to talk about Carrington, because Carrington, I don't know who was sitting on this map, because this is one of the best maps in Call of Duty history for me now. I am addicted to the 24/7 playlist. I love shotgunning on this map. I've seen snipers be successful, ARs be successful. This is one of the best Call of Duty maps we've ever had, and I love Carrington. I want to do a whole in-depth thing about maps, and even though we only have 9 for the regular or 10 for the regular multiplayer, I really truly only dislike maybe 3 of them. Everybody hates on Gustav Cannon, and I have to agree, it's not my thing. If you like it, that's great. It's just that when everybody's sniping, it's kind of not fun. At least for me. That doesn't make it a bad map, it just makes it a map that I don't particularly enjoy. The USS Texas takes a really long time to get used to, and it is probably some of my least favorite experiences on this game. But the USS Texas, because of how they're doing map design here, it is a simplistic 3-lane map, right? It's very spawn flippy, spawn trappy, and very limiting. But because of the different pieces of cover, because of the different altitudes and different ramps and stuff, it makes it so much better than what a traditional 3-lane Treyarch map would be. Because this map, I've come to realize that it's hijacked, but better. So when, in my opinion, one of your weakest maps is like hijacked, but better, that's pretty good. You can run in the middle, you can run on the ground floor, I'll say, with an SMG and be successful, getting up close to people, flanking people, getting up on the top tower and that stuff. Or you can hang back in the spawns with an AR, with an FG42 or a sniper rifle and be successful there. There's a decent variety, but it is still pretty limiting. And my least favorite map here in this game, it has to be Aachen. I mean, it's definitely better than the first beta with the changes they made, but it's just such a bad map. I want to do a whole in-depth video about it later, but I don't like Aachen. I'm trying to figure out the USS Texas, and I just don't like the Gustav Cannon. All the other maps I really truly enjoy, even frickin' Gibraltar. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. That's my first impressions. Best Call of Duty since Ghost. I'm super excited about it. I'm super happy with it. And let me know your guys' experience with it as well. If you like this video enough, I probably will do some more live streams for you guys, because you guys seem to really enjoy that multiplayer live stream I did Friday morning. So let me know if you want to see more of that, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.